Hey guys, so today we met up with Kimberlie Birr at one of her new construction homes in North Crestview. Andy Wilson is the builder on that one, and the video is attached. It's a YouTube video. Bear with us a little bit. There is no power on in the home. It's still a couple weeks from completion, so there's no power. So the video may be a little dark. But Kim offers some great insights on what it's like to buy a new construction home, how to finance it, the best way to get some things done, and the advantages and disadvantages of new construction versus an existing home. So enjoy the video. Drop a few comments here. Let us know what you think. And if you have any questions, by all means, drop them here and we will get right back to you. So enjoy the video. And once again, Edmund and Jason Miller are the Florida real estate. Here with the lovely and talented Kimberlie Birr. She's a Coldwell Banker agent. Kim, how long have you been an agent?
I have been licensed since 2010, but I started sales in 2014.
2014, okay. How long have you been working new construction?
I partnered with Dale Riley Construction probably about 3 years ago now.
Okay. All right, so new construction you've been doing for about 3 years, so you've been around, you've seen it, you know what you're talking about.
Most of the time.
All right, that's all you can ask for. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about this house. Obviously, this is an Andy Wilson house,
Yes.
Another local builder that we have here. So tell us a little bit about 5990 Claiborne Cove.
Sure, so this one is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. Andy does a lot of custom work. You can see in the trim, always does really nice cabinetry, a lot of shiplap and some of the trendy stuff that's in new construction, so he'll hit all of those. Uses a lot of really high-end products as far as the bathroom finishes and things like that. Really, really beautiful houses. He built the dream home one street over this past year, so he has 2 spec homes going right now. This one and then one 2 doors down. It's a little bit bigger, but it has a 3rd car bay.
Okay, you mentioned the word custom and you mentioned the word spec home. Can you tell us the difference?
Sure. So spec home is usually a home that a builder is building regardless of whether or not a buyer has already come. Usually they're using their own financing or cash to back the deal. Where a custom, usually they are going to take out like a construction perm loan up front, and so your builder is going to be building with your funds prior to the construction starting. No real difference usually on finishes. Sometimes people will get upset, if they come into a spec home that a builder is going to use, but they may let you pick out some of the coloring and things like that. It doesn't change it over from a spec to a custom, and still same quality and workmanship and everything like that, but you don't have as many says. In a true custom, you pick everything from doorknobs to pulls, to colors, to granite, to tile. Where on a spec home, they may let you pick out, what color granite you want or something like that.
Okay, so there's a lot of decisions to be made in a custom home.
Yes.
Okay. All right, you talked about financing, you talked about a construction perm loan. Can you kind of explain what a construction perm loan is, what that means,
Sure.
and then as opposed to a builder financed home?
Sure. So sometimes just depending on where you're at with your financing, some builders may be a better fit for you than others. I have one builder that does a lot of spec homes, but he will let you pick some of the finishes out. You just do a traditional loan at the end, so a VA, conventional FHA loan.
So he's covering the cost of the build.
Correct.
And then you just get a loan, a conventional loan, a VA, FHA, any of that, just a regular everyday loan for that when it's complete.
Yes, just at the very end when it's complete, like you were going to buy a resale home. So a lot of people like that option more so, especially if you don't have a lot of money to put down in the beginning. The construction perm loan is basically you buy the house at what it's going to be constructed, the price prior to it ever being built. So you do 2 closings. Usually there are some that can streamline it and do a single close, but you own the land and the home up front. You close on it, and then the builder is usually taking draws off of that loan. So there are some extra closing costs associated with it. If you're going to build a very, very custom home and have some interesting finishes, or even have it on your land or something, that takes away some of the risk from the builder because you already own that home up front and they're just taking the draws off of it's already been appraised, all of that.
Okay, so are you making payments on this while they're building it?
Depends on the loan. So some construction perm loans, like a VA loan, I believe that the builder pays the interest until you're finished, but other types, the buyer will be paying the interest only until it's completed.
So it depends on what type of loan that you're getting, whether or not you're going to come out of pocket while your builder is building.
Yep.
So speaking of those timelines, what's your average timeline for a new home?
Depending on how many specs we have going, we have 3 subdivisions Dale Riley does. Andy has a couple lots in different areas in Crestview, but just depending on kind of what our workload is prior to that, we usually quote about 9 months. The actual build time is only about 4, but you have to take into account the permitting and everything.
Okay, but all that's handled on a new construction deal by the agent or the builder, correct?
Yeah, we'll give you a timeline. Usually we can let you know, if we're going to break ground, it'll be this. A lot of times we try to list the spec homes once they're to a certain point, just so that, we're out of the permitting stage and we can give kind of a harder close date. So once we've been framed or the roof's gone up, we'll list a property. That way we can say, hey, we have 3 months and you can move in.
Okay. So what are some of the advantages of going new construction versus existing construction?
With a new build, a lot of it's going to be more energy efficient, things like that people are going to want as far as the appliances, air conditionings, your life expectancy, for the roofing, things of that nature, you already have an idea up front. And you kind of have the whole picture, where sometimes if you're buying an existing home, you may only know, what that seller knows for the last 4 years of why they've lived there. I see all the time people will buy a house and they'll pay exactly what the market was, indicative of, and then all of a sudden they come out and they've torn out all the flooring in it and they were doing a $10,000 flooring project. You can kind of save that because you're paying market value for that house, so you're paying for, in essence, what's there already, but then you're paying again to redo it. So a lot of it can just be customized. You may have something for your family that fits better, than what's typical. I have a couple that's building right now, and they have 2 teenage daughters. So they want to take out the 4th bedroom on the side of the house and make it into like a giant Jack and Jill bathroom. It works for their family, but it's not going to work for everyone. But that's kind of the advantage of what they can get what they really want up front.
Okay. So what would be some of the drawbacks or disadvantages of the new construction?
Sometimes timeline is usually a big one for people. If you need in 30 days and we don't have something off the ground, there's not really a way to get it off the ground and move in that quickly. So sometimes the timeline comes into play. Depending on what the project is, sometimes the financing is a little bit more difficult. If you are going to go custom and you want certain things, there's different qualifiers as far as using the construction perm versus the new loan.
Okay. So you said that the financing could be a little more difficult. If you're doing a new construction loan, would you absolutely recommend using a local lender or just anybody off the internet?
Definitely a local lender. A lot of times the local lenders here are very well versed in where our construction statuses are. So they can kind of give you a little bit more of a realistic picture of the timelines. A lot of them have worked with several of the local builders and they know how they are going to use the construction draws and things like that. Sometimes the builder will have you do a construction perm loan so that they have that money available, but they may never draw off of it until the very end when you close again. They'll know things like that. They know Florida law versus national law as far as closing different items with title. So definitely a local lender is always better just because you have them here. They can come check on the project if they need to. More well versed in our Florida market than someone nationally.
Lots of advantages. That's very important, folks. You got to have somebody.
I would say probably 95% of our business is VA here, and so a lot of our local lenders waive any kind of VA fees. You're not going to have origination fees, lender points, or anything like that. They're more competitive with their rates.
Okay. So cool. So Kim has all kinds of answers, and I'm sure there's something that we haven't talked about that you're asking about. So I'm going to tag Kim in this video, of course. So when you see it, if you've got a question, just throw it in the comments, and Kim will answer, or I'll shoot her a text real quick and find out that answer. One way or another, we'll get you an answer to your question. if you've got a question about new construction in Crestview or new construction in Northwest Florida in general, by all means, send us a note, give me a call, give Kim a call. Her contact info will be on this video here pretty quick. So we'll throw that out there. So Kim, thank you very much for your time. Since we're here, Kim can explain as we kind of walk through a little bit of 2,100 square feet.
Yes, this one's just over 2,100 square feet. We have, like I said, we have a very similar floor plan, just 2 houses over, so depending on what you're really looking for, one of these will match. Similar finishes, so he does the shiplap dining wall. This one has a, this one has the mud entry as you walk in the house, and the other one has like a mud bench entry off of the garage, so a lot of it is similar as far as styles.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. So we'll take you guys on a quick tour of the house. We do have some lovely rainy weather in Florida today, so outside is a little dark. This one, when you first come in out of the foyer area, there is this shiplap entry bench, so you have some extra storage here. This builder does a lot, like I said, with the trim work and crown molding. So all of his windows and doors are cased, all oversized. Very tall doors and windows, and these windows are custom too, so they're not just everyday design. This side of the house has the split floor plan, so you have 3 bedrooms and a full bath here, and I'll give you guys kind of a quick peek of the bathroom because this is something the builder does that's a little different. He has the hall bath is fully tiled, so it's not just a insert like a lot of builders use, so a little bit more custom features. Bedrooms are all really good size, closets are large, and again, the oversized windows in the bedrooms as well. The living room, he uses the trim work to kind of separate the living room from the kitchen area, and he does all custom cabinets, so they're two-toned. The island is a light gray, and then the back shaker cabinets are all white. He has subway backsplash in this one as well. And then this is the dining area here where he incorporated that shiplap wall again.
What kind of countertops are we looking at in the kitchen?
These are all granite, so he did use an upgraded granite. Try to get you guys a good view of it. Very neutral tone, but kind of mixes in the white with the gray. So granite throughout. He'll have it in his baths as well. And then this is the master suite. So again, a lot of natural light, cased windows. Crown in this one as well. And then this is the master bath. So you have double vanities here. All upgraded light fixtures in this one as well. So it has the oil rub bronze throughout, but more upgraded as far as the fixtures as well. And they're still working on this one. They'll have incorporated some glass into the shower, but a big walk-in shower, fully tiled.
That is a fantastic shower.
Very pretty tile work in this one. Has his and her closets on both sides of the bathtub, and then they will case this bathtub with some cabinetry as well. So they're still working on this one, probably about another 30 days out, and then it will be complete. Really pretty lot. It's just over a 1/4 acre. Kind of show you through the window since it's raining, but they have a big covered porch, flat yard. So the back off the master, you'll walk through the kitchen, you'll see the farmhouse sink. We'll have an all stainless GE appliance package as well in this home. And then this is really cool, so we don't have any shelving up or anything yet, but this large room is actually going to be a large walk-in pantry. So plenty of room for storage in this one.